Hey kids, Grumpy Man here. BMW demo day, Father's Day, so it's June 16th. I'm testing. I was supposed to test that, which is a 1250R, but they had a little mishap with the booking, so I am testing an XR, triple black. I'm not entirely prepared for that specs wise. I know it's the same engine as the S1000XR. It's 160 horsepower, inline 4, in a like adventure touring chassis. So here we go. It's got the low seat because I'm not that tall. Let's see what we got here. I've never tried one, so I'm not really upset. Cable clutch, so not as adjustable as I would like. That's okay. We'll check our mirrors. Mode. Road. Let's put her in dynamic mode. Suspension, I don't know. Road, so it's not too hard. We have road and dynamic. Okay, so same as mine. Yeah, so this should be fun. I've always wanted to try one of these. And basically the only thing I don't like about it is, well, besides it doesn't have LED headlights, because that's my new thing. I kind of like the dash, even though I like the big tack on it. That's really nice. For a big gang today, this is like, it's like, I don't know, 20 bikes. So it's basically every single model, I guess. Yeah, that's a Harley, because that's all Harleys can do, is blip their throttle and rev it. Okay, so, yeah. Adjustable windscreen, nice. Nice, kind of do it with one hand. So it's a cross between a GS and an S1000R. It's so adventure-y, but you can't get knobby tires and stuff on this like a GS. A GS you can get, they'll give you full street tires. Hang on, I gotta give my thing here. There we go. Let's see. So yeah, you can't get knobbies and stuff, and like I said, oh yeah, GS you can get all kinds of tires on it. They'll put on whatever you want. This is a long ride. I don't know if I'll film the whole thing. We basically go for an hour and a half. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed I didn't try the 1250R because I'm just getting off mine. Nice to see a lady here. She has a old K1300. That's the old BMW sport bike. Old, it's a few years old, 2006 maybe. Nice bike. So I've got it in dynamic, which is basically regular throttle. There's a dynamic pro too, but I think I don't want to start messing with the ABS levels and stuff, so this should be good enough. Ah, it's pretty nice. Alright, you got a little socket there. You can get to your headlight bulbs at least, so I guess if you wanted to get some good LEDs, that might fit in there. I'm on the balls of my feet with the low seat. You cannot get you can't get a low suspension on this bike, only the GS. And I'm sweating. Well, I haven't ridden a 4-cylinder like this in a while, so this is gonna be fun. The switchgear is exactly the same as mine. This doesn't have the SOS like some of the newer ones. I'm not entirely sure this is a 2019 though. It should be. I can't really see the sticker. Yeah, I'm on the balls of my feet, which is about my limit, and I'm almost at the back of the pack, so that's okay. I'm just wearing my jacket and a t-shirt, and I have all my vents open. As soon as we move, it should be okay. So that bike there that you can see, that's like that weird color which I don't like. That's the R1250RS, which is another bike which I kind of like because you have a fairing, same engine as mine and everything, but you get the little fairing and it's got full LED lights now. It kind of looks a little bit like the new S1000XR, kind of. So I don't know what the holdup is. He's going to block traffic, I think. That's engine temp, info, setup menu. All right, yeah, that clutch is like way out there. Yeah, compared to mine, which I have it on the closest setting. All right, let's go. Here when we're off. Oh, the air feels nice. The air feels nice. I'm not sure which side I'm supposed to be on here. This should have a quick shifter. It should. It's pretty much standard on most. We have a follower too, so we're okay. Sorry, just gonna fix my mirrors a bit. Yeah, that's a long. Yeah, that would annoy me. The clutch. I mean, my hands are kind of big, but the take up is fine though. It's just it's a long reach for me. Someone stalled. There's always someone. Yeah. So this doesn't make the so off the line. You know it's not the same as my Boxer. This doesn't make the same kind of torque. That's a nice sound. Yeah, quick shifter confirmed. Yeah, the only problem with these demo rides is you don't know who you're with. Like, I don't know these guys, so. Yeah, this dash is kind of antiquated. But I like it better than mine, because mine I have the analog speedometer and then the digital tach, whereas this is what I would like. But the new one is digital. Yeah, they have the TFT. Yeah, neutral is a little bit tacky to find. Yeah, so this needs to be updated, and the RT and the 1600s, they all need to be updated with the new TFT dash and LED lights and everything. Come on. There we go. Our formation is a bit shite, but the shifter's not bad between the gears, just I found it a bit. Yeah, I definitely need to rev it a little bit to get some juice. But it's 160 horsepower, I think. Don't quote me on that if it's wrong. And there's definitely some vibration. So that was a big complaint of the first gen of this bike, which I think came out in 2000. I'm gonna say 2015. I think it came out or 16. Everyone was saying, "Oh, your fingers are going to be dead after that," and definitely a different beast than my Boxer. It's pretty nice though. Suspension is just as stiff. This is on the regular setting. The seat is super, it's a bit less firm than mine. That this is the low seat, maybe that has something to do with it. Yeah, it revs a bit higher on the highway than mine. I'm always hunting for a gear. Doing 90, there's a bit of tingling. I mean, the mirrors are fine. So, I mean, mine vibrates. This is more of a this is a higher frequency vibration. Yeah, I also forget all the revs and stuff. This thing redlines at like 11,000, so mine there's not much point revving it past 8,000, and I think it redlines at 9 something. It's pretty comfortable. Wind protection. Of course, you can get a zillion different screens for this, but this is. Let's pay attention here. Like this, I'm getting some side wind, but it's pretty nice. The top of my helmet is in clean air because I can feel the air coming in because I'm all sweaty. And let's see if we put that up like that. Interesting. And I like where the GPS mounts right there. That's pretty cool. It's like right in your line of sight. Mine, you have to look down a little bit for. This thing pulls nice, man. I mean, 3,000 RPM. Yeah, not bad at all. I mean, I don't know if I'd buy it just because of my distaste for chains and stuff, but it's pretty cool. Super. It's a real solid feeling now. Hard to describe. But handlebars are cool too because you can hook. It's easy to hook up stuff if you want to put your phone and shit. Oh, some guy's got a passenger. Nice. Now I'm going to try and remember this route because if it's the same one that we used to do, because this is like my fourth year in a row. So this doesn't have the wind protection of like the bike right there, which is an RT, or Probably similar more to a GS. GS Adventure, you have the big tank, so that kind of shields you. When we stop, I'll try and move that down. Not bad. 70 zone. Quick shifter works real nice. So we got cruise control, heated grips, it's got the full dynamic ESA, so full electronic suspension, semi-active. I don't know if this has the lean angled ABS, the newer ABS, but if it is 2019, I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, this guy here is not really staying in formation too well, but that's okay. As for my seating position, it's very similar to my 1200R. As for the angle of my knees and so forth, yeah, this is like, it's basically a sport bike in like an adventure chassis. But you're not going to be taking this thing on trails and shit. I mean, theoretically, you could fit some 80/20 tires, and I mean, it's possible. You don't have the drive modes like the GS does for doing off-roading and so forth. But I mean, even a GS is not the perfect off-roading machine. It weighs like 700 pounds. There we go. You have to bend it a tiny bit, flex it a little bit. Yeah, that clutch, so you can mind my newbiness, but I haven't had a cable operated clutch on a bike in a long time, so I'm not sure how adjustable you can do it, but I guess you can just put levers. What an absolutely beautiful day. Yeah, so the engine is running hot. It's at 100 Celsius, which is a little bit warmer than my Boxer would be running. Heat wise, I'm okay. I'm not feeling any heat on my legs and stuff. I'm pretty sure the S1000R, someone told me that the frame gets really hot. I think the double R too. Don't quote me on that, but I'm just going by memory. Yeah, the clutch, it's a heavier clutch to pull than mine, but mine is hydraulic, so I don't know if I'd get used to that. My wrists are yeah, this would, oh, my Virago. Yes, that's true. I had a Virago. Now, this is fun. I'm not surprised. I was always intrigued, and I did kind of look at one. No. Anyway, I'm not sure of the date. Of course, you can get plenty of accessories for this, so I think this is fully loaded. I don't think you can get the keyless ignition and tire pressure sensors. I don't think. I don't really care about that kind of stuff. I care more about cruise control. Still recording. I hope I'm recording. I think so. So we're going through, this is Chateauguay. And we have a nice stretch we go through. Yeah, this clutch is killing my hand. But like I said, don't, I'm not going to put it as a negative. Just for me, it's a negative, just because of my weak wrists. But I have carpal tunnel from being in IT for 20-something years. The brakes are good. It's you know, it's the same Brembos on all the same Brembos as mine. 4 pistons in front. The suspension is well, it's a bit rough, but the roads are bad. I would say it's about the same stiffness as mine. If you want something a bit softer, the RT I think has a comfort mode. I'll have to look at my video, I forget, but I'm pretty sure there was it's tuned a little, it's a little bit softer. But then again, that's called the old man bike, right? The RT. It's comfortable. I had a blast on that thing, but it's, I mean, it's a apples and oranges. Yeah, this, the engine is staying at like 100. But I'm not feeling it, which is fine. So the original weather forecast was pouring rain all weekend. And it changed at the last... changed at the last minute, which is good. There's some clouds, but it's going to be very interesting getting off this and getting onto my 1200R. So it has, so the torque peak on this is a bit higher than the twin, which is normal for the engine configuration. But really, it doesn't shudder like, I don't know, everyone is like, oh, Super Duke R, and that thing, at 3,000 RPM, you give it gas, it shakes a lot, it kind of accelerates, but for all the torque that it has, and it's a, you know, V-twin, or L-twin, they call it, this thing doesn't, it just pulls, it's nice. I haven't really had a chance to wind it open though. I suspect the gearing might be different on this than the R. I'll have to look that up too. Like I said, I wasn't planning on riding this. I was planning on riding the 1250R and giving a good comparison of mine, which is the original one, to the newest one with the shift cam technology, engine and all that jazz. This is certainly comfortable, and I think if you played with the windscreen, you could probably find one that'd even be better than this. But I'm feeling a bit on my shoulders and stuff, but not bad. So basically, it's a sport bike engine, and you're in a very comfortable chassis. So even more comfortable than you have like the S1000XR, which of course has like 200 horsepower. But you're hunched over. It's a sport bike, and then you have the S1000XR, which they detuned it, but you have handlebars. You're leaning over a little bit more than this, and then they threw it in this thing. But if it gets the new dash, because they all have a similar TFT screen, it's beautiful. But I mean, not really the end of the world. Yeah, so the clutch is a big reach, and but the RS is probably, when I was thinking about it the other day, the RS is probably the compromise that I'm looking for. A bit more, they have the same glorious engine. It only weighs, I think, a tiny bit more, so I think it's just over 500 pounds. It doesn't really add much. It's basically the same bike, except for the rake and trail is, the angles are a bit different. But you got the fairing with the same two-position thing, which you can change, the windshield. But there's plenty of aftermarket ones. Because basically what I want is a bit more wind protection, but not necessarily, I don't think necessarily I need the RT. The GS and the GS Adventure, I just love the look of them, but I don't know. So we're doing 100 at about 4,500 RPM. There's definitely vibration. Makes a nice honking sound, the induction. It's pretty cool. I know this thing with a pipe on it sounds really nice. Well, so does mine. This appeals to taller riders too, because it's a pretty high bike, especially with you can get the extra tall seat. So before I forget, I'd like to thank BMW Canada, because they organize these events, and Gabriel BMW, Ziad and the gang. Neutral? Oh, I found neutral. Look at me. I'm an old pro now. Whew. That's a cool bike. Yeah, so that's the lowest seat. Yeah, I'm just looking at the little menus here. Nifty. I don't know if you can see the dash on that. It's pretty cool, even in direct sunlight. I mean, mine's fine. I just like the technology, but it doesn't have LED lights yet. It's just got an LED daytime running light in the middle between the two bulbs. It says H7 bulbs, which, yeah. I mean, they changed a lot of other stuff, so. And the fascination I have with LED lights is that, one, they put out a lot of light, and two, they last. pretty much forever. They're gonna last a long time, and they put out a lot of light. Mine, even if it's perfectly adjusted with the best H7 bulbs you could put, doesn't put out a lot of light when it's hot outside. When it's hot, when it's dark outside. Oh, that's a nice sound. I think that's more induction noise. These pipes are pretty quiet. But I've heard them with when they take like a full exhaust, so taking the catalytic converter off, which I would never do, but this is a really nice bike. I guess it competes with the GS, maybe. If you want something sportier than a GS and you're not going off-roading. Yeah. I'm gonna put it, okay, I just put it in dynamic pro mode, and we'll see what the, because I only have well, I have a custom and I have road dynamic. Let's see. Yeah, that livens it up a little bit. Ah, cool. I mean, it sounds loud. Wind noise wise, it sounds loud because I don't have my earplugs in, which I forgot to put in. Feeling my pocket, make sure my pocket is closed and because I have my keys. So I kind of know where we are now. So the hospital is there. I've come this way before. Yeah, I've come, we came straight across the last intersection. I've come from the other way. So I kind of know where we are. As for demo rides, BMW pretty much puts on the best ones. You go for the longest ride of the ones that I've been on. And they have they put nice food. It's not just donuts. Which is always nice. I mean, I ate lunch before I came. It's nice to see people all in gear too, but you don't have a choice on demo rides. That guy's massacring the transmission. He's really not used to the bike, I guess. And the color I'm not that fond of on the RT there. This is fine. This is just triple black. I mean, it's hard to offend someone with black. That color, I don't know what you call it. It's like greenish, metallic. almost moss, like Kermit Frog green or something. I think that sport bike on the other side just did a burnout with his tires. Brake dive seems to be about the same as mine. Well, it's the GS and the RT that have the funky suspension in the front. I'll have to remember this. Oof. To be a little bit careful because I'm pretty sure in Dynamic Pro the traction control and the ABS is on its like lowest setting. I think that's the setting to be hooning around a racetrack. Yeah, people on a Spider in a tank top and shorts. That pretty much sums up the average Spider rider. Yeah, that was an XR and GS. I think a small GS. Yeah, this thing, I really like this engine. Like, I don't know on a long trip if that vibration would annoy me or numb my hands or whatever. I'm certainly comfortable. My only comfortable. I have these. I'm wearing Kevlar jeans, and they're the right size, but the shape is. Anyway, the shape is weird. I think maybe they're like it's a tall size or it's a short size. I don't know. I don't find them comfortable. My boys don't find it comfortable, I should say. Cyclists. I love a quick shifter. Yeah, let's get some. Sorry, I was getting some air in my boys. I honestly didn't think I could be cruising around in 6th gear, like 60, 70 kilometers an hour, and it would pull that hard. I mean, I know it's got horsepower and stuff, but I didn't think at like 3,000 RPM. So I'm pleasantly surprised that of the torque at low. But I know it's tuned for more mid-range and lower power than when they detuned it. They moved. I mean, but an a double R has 200 horsepower. I don't think that thing's going to feel slow. Well, maybe compared to a full. There's only a couple bikes faster than it, so, or with more power, I should say. I think this, the Aprilia RS-V4 and the Ducati V4. Oh, the temperature went down a bit. Oh, 23 in air. Alright, it's 23 outside. I'm sure that just made your day. Power is and that sound. So I think it always displays the engine temperature. I haven't skipped through it. And that's a big shift light, by the way. But obviously I haven't goosed it a bit. But if it has power like I think I shifted it at 6 or 7, I can just imagine this thing when you clear 8,000. I think it's a whole different beast. Low speed handling is pretty good as well. Oh, this is always fun. Sometimes I block the road. .205, okay. Now I know where St. Martin is. Clear on that side. I like it. I wouldn't buy one, but I like it. I don't know, it lacks a... I don't know. Very nice bike. But every bike isn't for everyone. But I think if you're looking for a street adventure bike, I think you should look at this. Price-wise, I don't know. I believe it's reasonable. I don't think it gets as expensive as a GS. And you have, well, besides the off-road capability or the settings, I think you're basically picking what engine you like. If you like the tractor, the boxer engine, or you like this, which is sportier. But I mean, I find the boxer engine plenty sporty. More than enough power to get yourself in trouble. We're probably going to stop soon. I think around this bridge, if I remember right. Yeah, there's a parking lot over there. I believe that's where we stopped for our little halfway hot. All right, well, put her in neutral, no. Fuck it. So, thanks for watching. I'll get another look at the bike here. There we go. So, get a look from there. So thanks for watching, subscribe and all that. Yeah, so 2019 S1000XR.